Greetings one and all. Welcome back to my kitchen here today, where I am going to be making another one of my Fijian all-time favourites. I know I called that Sana, I called it my favourite snack, but this is probably my favourite dish of all time, and it's called suey, and it's basically just a beef bone broth soup. And man, I'm really looking forward to it. So to start it off, I've just got some beef bones, obviously. They've got a bit of meat on them, but there's a lot of bone on them too. We're trying to extract a lot of flavour out of the bone, as well as that bit of meat that's on there. Man, I used to love this dish. I can't go, I'm going on about it, but yeah. I used to go to a place called the Radar Harvest in the town where I lived, Lambassa. Sort of fairly major town, but not on the tourist trail there. It's on an island of Vanuatu, which is the second biggest island in Fiji. But I guess you'd call Lambassa, where I lived, more of a, I guess, administrative sort of place. A bit of a hub, travel hub, had the major hospital, health services, education. Anyway, going on about it, but yeah, the Radar Harvest upstairs. Behind the behind one of the big or behind a couple of the big supermarkets, right near the markets on the Lambassa River. Man, I could have just eaten this every day. I had to stop myself from doing that. Alright, now to start off, I'm treating this the same as what I do with like a pho, like a Vietnamese beef broth. So to that end, I initially got some water boiling, threw my bones in to a vigorous boil for about 5 minutes. Just to get that like a little bit of scummy bit off those bones, and then I washed them off in clean running cold water, washed my pot out, started again with fresh water, and that's where we're up to. Now all I'm going to do to that, this is going to simmer away for hours, but I am going to add here just a bit of a minced up paste I made, and all that's in that, very basic: 1 large onion, 3 cloves of garlic, and I put in a big knob of ginger, and it's, like I say, it's all whizzed up. So we're going to add that to the mix. Now as this simmer proceeds, we're probably going to get some more scummy bits sort of come up and sort of bubble up on top, and if that happens, like I say, similar to pho, we'll just get a little scoop and just scoop those bits off as we go every now and then. Alright, I'll get it to a boil, down to a simmer, and I'll catch you later. I nearly forgot to say, well, hopefully most of the time it goes without saying, but I better say it. I've got a good 1.5 teaspoons of salt and about 1/2 teaspoon of ground white pepper for this too. So yeah, we'll start with that for the seasoning, and of course later on we'll taste and adjust as necessary. Alrighty guys, so my beef bone soup, Fijian beef bone soup, suey, is just about ready. Just for the last few minutes, just while it's still bubbling away. Now in Fiji, at this stage, they would add a green called belay to the soup, which is kind of like a wild dish, sort of. I don't know if it's wild, but it does grow a bit wild. Sort of spinachy sort of plant, very nutritious, quite tasty. I can't get belay here, so I'm just adding some Chinese cabbage leaves, and similar sort of texture and taste probably. And I'm just going to wilt those down, like I say, for the last, just for 5 minutes or so. I'm only adding them right at the end because I like to keep that reasonably fresh. So I'll throw them in. And over here I've just got some cassava cooking. You just about compulsory to have cassava with suey. Getting close, guys. I'll see you shortly. Alrighty guys, so I've just plated up a bowl of my suey here. It's looking good. As I alluded to before, accompaniments wise, very simple. Just got some cassava, some lemon wedges and some little chili slices. Alright, let's taste it. Now I'm going to taste the broth first, because that was always the best bit, of course. Having cooked, so it did take about 5 hours. I've had this simmering. Let's taste it. Yum, eh? Absolutely delicious. Very, very nice. Now, you can imagine after that, our meat's just sort of falling apart there. You cut it with your spoon. I'm just trying to not make a mess. You always make a mess with suey. But just for the cameras, I'm trying not to make a mess. So just a bit of beef, and it's a pretty rough looking, rustic looking dish, obviously. Yeah, just melting away. Very, very nice. Get some cassava in there. Get some lemon juice on it. Couple bits of chili. So I'm going to sit down, eat the rest of this now. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone who has subscribed to the channel. As I always say, I really appreciate it, but I do mean it. If you haven't subscribed, I just ask you do so, but if you don't want to, no worries. And I will see you all next time.